like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it. Ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. With an ass back, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's fast. If the money low, I'ma grab round man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
STRO. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
This game is so historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It's the AFL NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
Here we go, here we go.
The first carry now. This is Williams. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script, if they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
Third and long for Vick. Being chased out left. He's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And the result here, the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
22 by 22. Hey, that's scared. That's scared. Hey, check 24. Check 24. He's crouching. He's hard. Slam. Check 37. Check 37. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. Yeah, Sanders now to return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Williams. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Watch the twist.
And he's got room. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now on 2nd and 16, Jackson. That's caught by Jackson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field.
Check 26, check 26. Switch it, come on, switch it. Jam. Say. Whip. Watch the whip. 36.
Jackson now. Buying time to his left. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They run on first down with Jackson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Like 22 is coming, 22's coming, Mike. Here we go. 22. I got you. Watch the shit. Slam. He's coming. Double up.
On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Williams. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Kill.
To throw on 3rd down. Vick. This is Johnson. He's got it. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Vick goes play action. Eluding the pressure right. He lets it fly into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. It's caught by Jackson. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. They're running it. Mike 22. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Check, ready. Here we go.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson, and his pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Check. Rocky. Check.
Jackson now to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Sanders. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Williams finding room inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 23-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. You've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Vick on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Jason Myers on for the field goal.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead extends. It's 15-0. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Mike 22 is coming, 22's coming, Mike.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
This will be the final play of the half. Vick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. So we've reached halftime here in Super Bowl 55. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams ready after the halftime spectacle. And we are back underway in Super Bowl 55. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
You got nothing. Like 22 is coming, 22 is coming. Mike. Defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. Watch the end. He's checking. Crash. Kill.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
On second down, Swift. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
22's coming. Let's go. Wall. Get wall. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Under 10. Hey, watch it.
From the gun, Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
51 yards on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. With his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Switch. It's free. 56 to no. 56. Check 56.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. With a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Now Myers for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
Seahawks 30, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got his man. It's Andrews. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they're
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know the benefits from all those empty seats? You and me trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Check. Fred now. Fred. West. Hey. Go. Go. 56. Mike, 56. Watch twist.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Defense wins championships, baby.
48 Mike. 48 Mike.
I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check three. Ship. What? Hey, check 24.
Throwing on second and long. Vick escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 69 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Slam.
Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, Williams. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Vick. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Next to score, Seahawks 44, Ravens nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the ground, this is Jackson. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a third and about 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run again with Jackson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. This winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time, doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Williams. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Vick will look to throw on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
On play action, Vick. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. 3rd down here.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 64 yards. And the Ravens, they claw one back. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
Yeah.
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. We gotta get to the ball, D. We gotta get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. Eddie Weber. Safety. Joker. Wahoo.
3rd and short yardage. Vick flushed out right. And the catch made by Johnson. Super Bowl 55 hitting the home stretch. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Vick incomplete. It was knocked away. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Tight on the left. Move. 4 down. Check. Watch that. Off. Yeah. Me. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Go.
Despite the late lead, Vick's going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Jim.
Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Mike 54. You can't block me. Right there.
Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Ready? Watch the run.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. Now Vick stripped. He lost the football. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40, 30, past the 20. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.